Do you need help finishing with objects?
I can't finish purely off of penetration if that's what you're asking.
So you need like fingers.
Yeah.
I never learned to do that. I'd be creating a mess down there like.
Stop! Okay, are you gonna be at my birthday this year?
No.
Or give me crap for this, huh?
Hey, Yvonne, you know the reason why. It's not the same thing.
I'm sorry, the realization hit after. Okay, I apologize.
Viewers, I'm gonna be gone for a while. Hey everyone, welcome to the final episode. Wow, that sounds harsh. The episode that comes at the end. The first episode, if you count it in reverse order, of the seasons we were fighting before this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Disguised Toast. I'm joined by my good friend Yvonne and my good friend Chelsea. It's been a long road, hasn't it? Wow. I can't believe we made it all the way to episode 24.5.
I mean, I also can't believe it either.
What number is this? 24?
It's 20.
20. Wait, we're ending on 20?
That's a perfect number. We've been doing this for 20 weeks.
It didn't feel like it. Somebody was like, oh, I watched like the 18th episode. And I was like, 18? I thought we were at 12.
No, I feel like I thought it was more, because each episode, each hour with you just lasts for so long. Hey, but I enjoyed this. Hey everyone, it's me, Toast, and Yvonne here is gonna do an unboxing for us while she makes me do the voiceover. Typical Yvonne. Anyways, Halloween is coming up and Yvonne says she wants us to do matching costumes. So I suggested that I cosplay as Gru and she can be one of my minions. Speaking of Halloween, look what just showed up. Tokyo Treat has sent us the new Tokyo Treat Halloween box. Let's see what's inside it. Wow. Look at all these fun snacks straight from Tokyo. And there's a booklet with all the info of all the snacks. That's good, because usually I like to check the allergy info of the snacks I'm eating. Wow. Look at all those Halloween-themed Kit Kats. Japan really has a Kit Kat for everything. And there's also ramen in here. Wow, this box has everything. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I was the one eating those snacks right now. Yvonne, you better share one of those with me later. Tokyo Treat, I think we're gonna need 2 boxes next time. Alright, big thank you to Tokyo Treat and Scarra Co for sponsoring our podcast. This honestly feels like bringing Halloween and autumn in Japan straight to my home. Or I guess in this case, Yvonne's home. If you want to try out Tokyo Treat yourself this year, use our code FIGHTING with the link below for an exclusive offer. That's the code FIGHTING with the link below. Big thank you to Tokyo Treat and Scarra Co for sponsoring our podcast. I'm gonna try to bring Jeremy today and not Disguised Toast.
It's too late.
That was a bit of Disguised Toast. I apologize.
A bit?
A bit, yeah. But today is Jeremy Day.
Okay, today is Jeremy Day.
My name is Jeremy Wang. I was born in Taipei, Taiwan in 1991, November 25th.
Okay.
To Carl Wang and Sun Yonghua at the Taipei General Hospital.
Oh, you know all that?
At the young age of 1 year old, my parents moved to Malaysia on the small island called Penang, where I spent my childhood for the next 12 years. And then I moved to Canada because my older brother, Chi Ming Wang, was going to school at Queen's University because my parents wanted a better life for him in the 7th grade. And I made friends, even though it's hard. One of my closer friends was Abraham Anyati. I think he was a Jehovah's Witness, which I didn't really understand what that was because we didn't have that in Malaysia. It was really awkward because they don't teach sex ed in Malaysia until like you're 15 years old, but they taught it when you're 12 in Canada. So when I immigrated, I missed that whole conversation. So when the kids were talking about sex stuff, I didn't understand what they were referring to. And I never got that education.
You know what's worse is like I sat through those sex ed classes, but like I didn't pay attention and didn't understand anything. So it was pretty much as if I wasn't there.
How'd you learn?
Through experience.
With like
With a boy, yes.
With a boy?
Yeah, with a boy. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
How old were you?
I don't know, maybe like 16.
Damn, that young?
16.
16?
Yeah.
How old was he? Same age?
Well, that's not the year I lost my virginity. That's just
What were
like
you guys
when you
doing?
first,
What are you guys doing?
stuff we're probably going to hell for.
Like butt stuff?
No.
Like mouth stuff?
No.
Then what?
Oh, what? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I actually like dated my first boyfriend for so long without ever even doing anything much. Like I remember telling somebody at some point, they're like, you've been dating this guy for like 6-7 years and you have not had sex. And I was like, no.
Why not?
I don't know. I think it was always like, it felt very taboo a bit. And we were both very reserved in some way. I don't know. We'd almost like we'd do a lot of things before that, but we just would never go all the way. And I don't know why exactly, but I was also living at home still, like with your parents and stuff does not make it easy.
What were you guys doing?
Just having fun.
Can you be specific in what your actions were?
Everything up until sex.
So butt stuff.
No
butt stuff.
No butt stuff. Yeah, there's no insertion of anything.
Nothing?
No. Yeah. But I this is what was interesting to me was like I only, not like super recently, but like it was much later that I learned communication during sex, because before that I actually, if even in some long-term relationships, it just felt taboo for whatever reason. Like communication was not there. I feel like it had to be taught. Like it wasn't until I did sleep with somebody who would communicate during sex that I learned communication during sex. Which is weird because it's like, hey, you've been having sex for like X amount of years, but you've just done it in only one way. And I think that happens most easily when you have your first time and it's also their first time. Then it's like you both are doing this for the first time. You've never learned anything in that way.
How was your first time?
I don't remember it.
That forgettable, huh?
It felt like it was like an attempt to salvage possibly like the end of our relationship. And I don't remember. Like I don't remember feeling anything because I think we just didn't know how to do it.
You don't remember feeling anything?
I don't remember. I literally have zero recollection.
It was that small?
That's the thing. I don't know why. I do not remember.
Did he have a micro penis?
No, he did not. He did not.
He did not have
no, he did not.
penis?
But like, I have zero memory of his dick. Oh my god! I hope my friends back home do not watch this.
Someone's gonna see this podcast from your old friend group and send it to him, and it's gonna make him crash out.
I know. I don't want to say because it's like I'm not trying to be. I just genuinely do not remember much when it came to like the actual sex or like if we even That's why I feel like that's when people are like, what's your body count? I feel like that's like a 0.5 to me because I have no idea what happened there.
Dude, stop, man. You're burying this dude.
I don't mean it that way. It's just, I can't.
Was the next time better?
I feel like we only tried it once.
Damn.
And then we broke up after. Like I said, it was like a very, it felt like at least to me, some kind of attempt to see if we could salvage a relationship in some way.
It's like if the sex was really good.
No, it's more like we just never did it. So like, I don't know.
I had, I couldn't keep it hard my first time.
I think that's normal.
Thanks, man.
That's what I told one of the guys I to. Okay. It was really, oh my God. I don't know if I tell this story. I want you to know it's a very common thing that, especially when they care about the girl, I feel that they have a harder time. Almost like so many of, like I've just heard stories of like a lot of, a couple of my girlfriends where they're in their long-term relationships with a guy that they like, that also really like them. Like they were talking and everything was going strong, and then they try to have sex and like he could not get it up, and it's because it was, and he will be like, this has never happened before, but like he just cared so much, I think, like, or the pressure a little bit. And it's happened with all of their long-term boyfriends. And if anything, I'm like, that's kind of sweet. That's like you caring a lot, which is why it doesn't normally happen, but it happened. So this one guy, the first time he couldn't get it up, and then the second time he finished in like 30 seconds, or maybe not 30 seconds, maybe it was like 2 minutes, but he felt god awful. He was just like, because the first time he already couldn't get it up, and then the second time it was like fairly fast, and then so he was just like, this is not how it normally is, I swear. He's like, I just haven't slept with anybody for like X amount of years.
How did you feel?
I'll be so, like, for me, him finishing fast did not feel bad at all. I was like, oh, I was used to fast sex, so it was normal. It felt normal.
Can you elaborate on that?
Chelsea's just like, excuse me? Okay. Well, like, I don't know. I feel like, please don't tell me I'm alone in this, but previously, I want to say, I feel like my sex sessions have not been that long. It would be like, I don't know, maybe if I were to take a guess, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's not bad, but like
pretty good, right?
But that's on the longer end, I would say. Like I think I have a sex probably that ended in like 5 minutes, whatever the heck it was. But I basically was not like, it's not like, oh my God, you didn't last like 20 minutes, like, or 10 minutes, even bad sex. I had, if anything, for sometimes it feels like it's flattering if they do finish fast. I don't know.
Wait in here, Chelsea.
I don't want to ask Chelsea to be like, you agree, but like, I think sometimes girls do find it flattering.
For it to not last long?
For it to last, or for it to be fast, like if they finish fast.
I don't know if it's flattering.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe it's just me a little bit.
I mean, I've definitely heard that sentiment before. It's
yeah.
Like the guy finds the girl so hot that he only lasts 30 seconds.
Yeah. It wasn't 30 seconds. It was definitely more longer than that, but it was still relatively fast. So he was embarrassed. And then I was just trying to be like, oh, like I did not think anything of it all. I was like very, I think, reassuring and like nice about it. Sex was great after that. So that did not dictate anything. He was just nervous. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I couldn't get it hard the first time.
And how did that make you feel?
Embarrassed. And then one time I just couldn't get it up normally.
Mm-hmm.
And my biggest worry is like the girl thinking I don't find her attractive.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually what happens. They're just like, it's not you. And they try to be really reassuring about it. And they're like, it's me. Like, I'm blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how did you feel?
I didn't take offense to it. Like the first time it happened, I was just like, oh, like, if anything, I understood there were heavy emotions behind it probably. And then it was fine afterwards. Or even there were also times in between where like it wasn't, but it was sometimes external factors. He could be like sad about something. He could be stressed. Like there's all these so many other things.
Have you ever tried Viagra?
Viagra? No. I'm curious still because I don't last very long in bed. 5 minutes? Whew. That's a marathon.
You think it's because you're old or something else?
Just because my girlfriend's really hot.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I heard some guys try to edge themselves to make themselves last longer in bed on a regular basis. Don't ask me where I hear these things from.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I have not tried Viagra. I will probably try Viagra one day just to see what it's like. I've only seen the memes of it. Like someone takes a lot of Viagra and they just stay hard the whole day. And they have to go to the hospital and explain to the doctor, yeah, I took Viagra and now my penis won't soften.
You probably want to try out with like small dosage at first just to see then so that you don't end up with that all day.
Also, Viagra takes time to kick in. So you got to plan ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And what if things go wrong? Like you plan ahead 2 hours, you take it, and then you guys have a fight. and she's not in the mood for sex, and now you just have a hard penis. What do you do then?
Just don't piss her off for that 2 hours. Is it that hard?
Well, no one chooses to fight with their spouses.
Okay.
But I would be interested in trying Viagra.
Well, in your case, it's like you want the sex or not. Just don't fight. Just be a yes man to everything.
Sorry, I was going to ask, do you finish first or does the guy finish first?
I think I always finish first. I always have them. I mean,
you have them service you?
No, but it's like as they should. You know what I mean? Or like you don't have, even if you don't finish first, at least finish after. You know what I mean? It's not that I have to go first. It's just so happen they always want to make sure that I do, so I go. So they like do that first.
I heard that for a lot of girls, sometimes they don't finish.
Yeah.
And that's very common. If they're with a guy that, helps them finish, it's actually more of a rarity.
I think it's more common in like maybe long-term relationships that the girl does finish versus like hookups and stuff. I feel like they might not care that much. They're just like looking after themselves.
Do you need help finishing with objects? Or does the male tool do its job?
I can't finish purely off of penetration if that's what you're asking.
Well, so vulgar.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to be,
It's the words for it. I don't know how else to say it. Like it's almost more awkward for me to say like, yeah, I cannot through the male tool. Like, what do you want? What do you mean? We're all adults here. Well, some of you guys. Hey, don't cover your ears if you're not.
So you need a third-party device.
It doesn't have to be a device.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like fingers.
Yeah. Like that's fine.
I never learned to do that.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I'm just like, I'd be creating a mess down there. Like, and that's why I don't do it.
Maybe you're right, but I don't think it's bad to learn to do it. You just, hey, the hand movements, audio listeners, you do not want to see this. Just be glad.
Why don't we switch gears and talk about maybe some of your guys' favorite moments of the season, since we might get demonetized and we keep talking about this.
Every moment has been my favorite with Yvonne.
Stop.
Is it like Spider-Man? Is it the Spider-Man?
I don't know how to describe it to you, but it's definitely not the fast motion type shit. Huh?
I thought the faster you are, the better it is.
That is so wrong.
It's like starting a fire down
do
there.
Do not try to start a fire down there. That's crazy. That is insane.
Hell.
You should just look up on Reddit. People give you tips on other places and sites and stuff. You ever look it up?
No, I kind of just do what I see in the videos on Pornhub.
I would say that research on how to improve is the same across anything you want to learn. Guitar, League of Legends, piano. Yeah, you just look up how to get better in whatever the heck you want to be good at, and sex is included.
That's a lot of work.
I mean, she should be worth that, should she not?
Do girls find the concept of a penis weird? Like there's this thing on a guy's body that goes boing. Because girls don't have that, right?
Yeah.
Like guys just have like a little flag they put up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited. And then when they're not excited, the flag goes down.
I have like multiple, not like multiple, but a couple feelings about it. Like sometimes I'm like, ew, dick does not look like great sometimes. But then sometimes like, oh, it does. Like, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about certain things. Maybe it's just like, if it's my partner's, then I like it. But if it's not my partner's, then I'm like, Argh. But I think it's funny like that it like stick, like, how do I describe it? Like I've held someone's while they were peeing before, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's a pretty universal experience.
And then sometimes it has a heartbeat, but you know what I mean, right? Like it'll just still be beating because there's still blood pumping through it. So if you actually look at it when it's still and it's hard, like it'll just it'll just move a little bit.
Wow, you got a close up, huh? Really examining that thing up close.
Well, they showed me. They're like, look.
I feel like, okay, when you held the penis while it was pissing,
Yeah.
it was your request, right? Not the guy's.
I don't remember.
A guy's not gonna say, hey, you want to hold my pee-pee while I piss? From my experience.
No, I don't remember because it's actually possible that he could have said that. Yeah.
What was your favorite moment from the season, Yvonne?
I have a couple. I liked a lot of our deep discussions, like whether it was with my parents or with well, I don't know. That one's not like but that one just felt like it had to be done with Fed. And then I also really liked our first episode. Our first episode was very memorable to me because we disagreed on everything. And then you also made the DV comment that I was just completely shocked by. The domestic violence or demonstrate value. And then also the one where Jody came in and when we were talking about like us dating and stuff. And I thought her interjection in that was hilarious. And then you saying that I was replaceable as a romantic partner.
Which I still hold firm that it was a very nice compliment.
So what were your favorite moments?
Just spending time with my good friend Yvonne. I started this podcast under the pretext of starting a podcast, but in reality, all I wanted to do was hang out with you because you never make time for me.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I never make time for you?
This is correct.
I have more time, I feel like, available than you do.
Then why do you keep saying I'm actually a really hot commodity right now? I'm busy.
Well, sometimes I am. I have my seasons where I'm busier. Okay. Time periods where I'm busier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes my schedule is really difficult.
But that just goes against what you just said, where you said I'm more busy than you.
Yeah, well, you're also freaking busy. Are you not?
No.
You have to do DSG stuff. Yeah, and then sometimes OTV stuff as well. And then also do your own thing.
You're part of OTV too.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're both busy sometimes.
No, I'm actually pretty free most days.
Really?
Yeah.
So you free to play League?
Well, I don't want to spend my time playing League of Legends. Why can't we just hang out when it's not about content or playing League of Legends?
We can.
Apparently not.
Well, have you tried?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the times that you've asked me to hang out, I said yes. Like you'd be like, hey, you want to get coffee this? I'm like stopping by so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah, I'm
I
down.
could have sworn recently I asked you to hang out, but you said no, you have to go to a friend's birthday party. What was it? I invited you to something and you really want to go.
Oh, you invited me to go have dinner with Jenny.
Oh, yeah, my sister. And you had a friend's birthday.
Mm-hmm. That I committed to. I was going to go.
Is this friend closer to you than I am to you?
No.
Then why did you not cancel on that?
Because they're also a good friend of mine. And you told me last minute.
And I'm expecting you to tell the other person, oh, something came up. I can't make it.
You expect me to drop all my plans.
It's not all your plan. It's one party where tons of people are going to be at. They probably wouldn't even notice you're gone.
It wasn't that big. It was like 20 people. So
That's
still
a lot of people.
I mean, that's still an impact if you're there or not.
Who else was there at my sister's dinner? Scarra.
Mm-hmm.
Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney.
Okay, are you going to be at my birthday this year?
No.
Are you giving me crap for this, huh?
Hey, Yvonne. One day, I'm going to tell everyone why I couldn't make it to your birthday dinner. And you know the reason why.
Well, why are you giving me so much shit?
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not. I'm sorry. The realization hit after, but I apologize. But I was not trying to say it that way, but you, yeah.
Hey, Chad. I'm going to call him Chad. Viewers, I'm going to be gone for a while. I don't know how long, but I'll be in Canada.
We're going to be doing the pod online.
Yeah. It's related to, I don't like to give out too much details about my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cancer.
What the hell? You're just gonna say that, right?
That's all I'm gonna say. It kind of sucks, man. Yeah, I didn't realize. I mean, it seems obvious how horrible it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think people well, I didn't realize how horrible it is until, you're kind of seeing it up close. I don't have cancer.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're probably going to have to do the podcast for next season mostly online until things get sorted out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's why I can't make it to Yvonne's birthday dinner, and she knew that.
No, I'm sorry. It was like a quick instant of me biting back at you, but then I know afterwards I was like, you know what I mean?
I can't wait for everyone to just witness that interaction.
No.
I can't believe Yvonne used cancer against
You give me shit about not going to a dinner, man, for my friend's birthday.
Yeah. I'm going to be away from LA, which I think is going to be good for me anyway.
Yeah. I think you wanted to spend a lot, not in this way, but you wanted to spend a lot more time with family anyway.
Yeah. That's a good reason. Well, there's no good reason. It would be nice to get out of LA. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like my time here is up. When I look at, not to sound Odin, I think the Twitch streaming meta has changed a lot. But I can still do my thing. I can still be in my room and play my strategy games, which I really like. But it seems tiring to be able to keep up with the young IRL stream meta. I was hanging out with Cyan, who's like friends with a lot of our friends. And yesterday she drove up to Yosemite because they have a Big Bear or something. Mm-hmm. They have a stream there. Mm-hmm. And today at 6 a.m. she drove to downtown to do Comic-Con. And then after Comic-Con, she's driving back to Big Bear.
Yeah.
And that's like a 4-hour drive. Yeah. To stream. And it's like, damn, that's what you gotta do these days to keep up.
I think you don't have to do that though.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah. Like you have, I think, proven yourself as a good content creator throughout whatever, that you don't have to do that. Like I see like recently it was like Minecraft, or I feel like whatever you decide to really, that you really enjoy and that you like streaming, you will be a good streamer at it.
Yeah. Right now it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
I went to a Pokemon event yesterday.
Yeah. And how was that?
It was cool. They gave out Pokemon cards.
You didn't invite me?
Well, you were invited by Mr. Pokemon.
I was?
You told me you were planning on going.
Yeah, because Abe said I could go, but you didn't tell me I could go.
Why do you have to get permission from Abe?
Well, Abe just invited us. He was just like, I'm going to this thing if you guys want to come, like to me and Leslie.
Oh, you didn't get the invite from Mr. Pokemon?
No.
Oh. Sorry, because you don't do Pokemon content.
But you know Mr. Pokemon.
I do know Mr. Pokemon. Well, I know the influencer manager for Mr. Pokemon.
And everybody loves Pokemon. And everyone was frantically searching for Mew for days.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I actually started off on a bad foot with Mr. Pokemon because when the most recent game came out, I was playing it on stream and it had like 20 FPS. And I on stream said, wow, this is so horribly optimized. And it's like, I'm not a Pokemon creator. I was streaming to like 4,000 people in my community. Apparently, Mr. Pokemon saw that clip and was like, ooh, this guy's toast guy. I don't know about him. And it wasn't until this current manager had to put in a good word for me to Mr. Pokemon saying, look, I know this guy said some stuff, but I think, he can be a good ambassador for the Pokemon brand if he cleans it up. And just reminds me about how many bridges I've burned from, just talking randomly. Like the Wong Fu one, calling them old.
Mm-hmm. No, you're old. And then it's like, then what?
Yeah.
No, that was not, though. Like, Phil seemed so nice afterwards. Not to speak for him, but he made fun of it, like came up to us at events and
Why
stuff.
are people watching my content? This is like my safe space. It's not supposed to exit the area. I would meet people and they would come up to me all the time over the last, since we started this podcast. I would actually say I get the most compliments, or like someone come up to me and say, hey, love the podcast. Like obviously there's always fans that says, oh, love Among Us. But more about the podcast these days. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I get that too. Like in my chat or like other things, people are always like, love the podcast. I watched the episode today and like blah, blah, blah. Like I have friends like that know us and they would text me and be like, great episode today. I loved it. And I'll be like, but it's our friends. It's not like a fan saying that. It's like someone that I know you're listening to our, yeah, it's interesting. Even though I know that it's on the internet and that we very much broadcast it, it's still very different hearing in person directly that somebody is watching it.
Yeah, the podcast feels more like a passion project.
Yeah.
Like Among Us is more for the public.
I would say the podcast is definitely a passion project because we put a lot of hours coming in and like doing stuff, but it's really fun. It's been one of the most rewarding things, I think, or memorable things this year, I think, project wise.
Yeah, it's like top 10 for me. How has your experience been, Chelsea?
Thank you for asking. My experience has been wonderful. You guys have filled my days and weeks with a lot of laughter, which I had previously never experienced in a workplace before. I mean, it's shock first and then laughter.
Can you go further into why it was a shock at first? Actually,
have you ever talked about what your brother said about me?
No.
Feel free to share from the beginning, when you first heard about it.
And then also how you experienced everything afterwards.
Don't put her on the spot, but, take it at your own pace, Chelsea.
Well, my brother, because I just wanted to, suss it out. Because, when I saw Yvonne, she was like, we're looking for a producer. I was coming out of, my other producer role for another creator. And I, again, Toast, I watched some of your content. I know some of Yvonne's content, but Yvonne's content was very PG. Your content is PG too, from the surface, because it was a lot of Among Us, everything. I didn't take a deep dive into your personality. So when I looked on online, I saw oh my gosh, this guy gets so many awards. He's
you saw the fake parts, the parts that he wants you to see.
Esports Awards for 2023 for Best Esports Personality. Forbes 30 Under 30.
You stop glazing yourself.
No, but then I asked my brother, and he's like, yeah, Toast is the guy. That guy's so cool. I've been watching him since I was a kid, growing up. I trust that man. He said, I trust him. And I said, okay, great. You trust him? Cool. No more questions asked. I didn't ask any questions.
One day, her brother is going to think that you're The Rock.
I'm going to become too Hollywood and ego.
I trust that guy.
I feel like her brother likes that part.
Yeah. But anyways, Chelsea, sorry, continue. What was the shock part of it afterwards?
I just think the shock part came so quickly. I was saying in our Patreon episode also with Yvonne, I was I just I feel I met you a few times, Toast 101, and you and I just had very normal conversations. But then the first 2 episodes was a complete shock to me. But I guess in the best way, because I never understood your humor. But as I went along the journey, I understood it more.
Yeah, it's funny because in the beginning, you can see commenters being I don't think Chelsea understands Toast's humor. And I thought that was so funny.
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah, if anything, I think you get misunderstood a lot.
Sorry, I was saying I was also worried that Toast was going to get canceled. I didn't I'm here, your moderator. I didn't know when you said DV thing. I remember I sent in the text, sent in the group chat. I said, do you want this out there? Because this is so risky. The DMing 16, 18-year-olds was really risky. The racism, ranking.
You have so much, dude. You're a liability.
Cancelable.
You're a liability, dude.
Rating Asian dishes is not racist. Okay.
Oh.
So I just was wanting to be on the safe side for your sake, but then I realized you're let it be out there, and I was okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Think of me as Bobby Lee, except less racist.
I really wanted that dog joke to be out there.
Is the dog joke not out there?
It's at the very end of one of the.
Oh, really? We didn't cut it out?
18.
Yeah, we should have kept it in. I remember that. I mean, I just remember Chelsea always sending messages. Hey, you guys want to include this?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's funny.
It's funny.
It's just something really racist. Yeah, put that out there. And I remember like our editor Corey is also like, yeah, we should put it in. It's pretty funny.
I mean, it's like Russell Peters or like a lot of comedians, you know, and they just like a lot of them still make the jokes, but they just have to be like really funny, not just make a joke and it sucks, and then you're just being like, it's not worth it, or like you're doing it for what?
Yeah, you just dated yourself with that Russell Peters reference.
Okay.
Toast, one question for you. How was your perspective of going into this podcast for you?
My perspective coming into this podcast. Well, the reason why I pushed for it initially was, we joke about this, but this was when like a couple of Asian podcasts were getting canceled. And I was like, oh, free real estate. Because I think in a pretty business-minded sense when it comes to content, like there's always opportunities to be had. And I would say, well, the thing about OTV is even though we're Asian, we never leaned into being Asian.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think like when you...
Oh, that's true. We never leaned into it.
Like
we just were Asian.
Like when I think about someone like Stephen He or Uncle Roger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they lean into the Asian stuff, which makes sense. Because like, I remember my brother, you know, he sent me a video of Stephen He. And I was in it because I did a cameo, and it's like, what if John Wick was Asian? And it was like Asian jokes of like his weapon is house slippers, right? Like that to me is like leaning into the Asian, and then the Asian millennials would see it and be like, that's so Asian. That's funny. Like people, but I don't think OTV did it too much. Like we would have, I think the most Asian thing we ever did was Guess the Asian.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. And that's only because I like being racist and trying to figure out like the Asian stereotypes. Can you guess an Asian person if they were like covered? OTV never leaned into being Asian. And I wanted to start this podcast not because I want to lean into being Asian, but I want to talk about some Asian stuff here and there. And Yvonne's the most Asian person I know.
Huh?
Dude, you eat duck feet and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty damn Asian, but I grew up in
durian.
First gen. I grew up with my.
Yeah, you're pretty Asian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's why I want to do a podcast. I thought that was an opportunity, and I get to hang out with my good friend Yvonne. How it's been playing out is pretty nice, simple. I'm glad people like it. Sometimes I struggle with the whole disguised toast versus Jeremy thing. I had a podcast. I went on Lily's podcast, and for the first 10 minutes, I didn't know the camera was recording. And I was just talking to her. And then we put that part up, and everyone's like, wow, Jeremy and disguised toast are so different.
Well, how were you talking? What made it different?
I just like chill. I think sometimes I feel like I have to say outrageous things. Well, sometimes it's because I believe it, but sometimes also it's like, oh, people want to see me say something outrageous. So I always try and find that balance. So if you ask me, like, is Disguised Toast here today or Jeremy's here today? You know, the lines get blurred. I don't even know who is who, what is what. Sometimes it's like, oh, that's just me, and that's what I really believe. It's like, oh, but am I also saying that because I'm trying to farm a clip? Whenever I talk about stuff like this, the comments is always, oh, we just like you for being you, Jeremy. And it's like, bro, you don't know me like that. And I'm sure you do. But it's one of those advice things where a streamer would be saying, oh man, I really want to play this game, but I don't think it'll do well on stream. And someone in chat says, wow, we'll still watch you because we love you. And then you play that game and you lose 60% of your viewership. It's like, no, no. Okay, you gotta be realistic about the kind of content you put out there. Like, it would be a great world if people watch you because they love you, which is true.
Some people can do that.
Some people can do that. I think
Yeah.
people like to watch me be excited about things. And when
Yeah.
I'm not excited about things. I think there's a lot of fun watching someone who's really good at that craft, even if you don't know what's going on. Like watching beekeepers who are explaining all these bee concepts.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's happening, but it's still such a compelling narrative to see this complete expert talk about something they're passionate about. And you don't need to know what's going on. You're just sucked in by the enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. I think that's the same for streamers. Like, it's not necessarily the game. It's like, if Tyler 1 can make League of Legends fun to watch, then it's a him skill because he loves it so much. If Jinxie can get people to care about Rainbow Six Siege, it's not because the game is great, because no one's watching that game. It's because he has such a great personality to suck people in. Yeah, and sometimes I feel like I should be doing that on the podcast where I talk about things I'm passionate about, but sometimes I overcompensate.
No, I feel like you do a good job of it.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, you sound passionate like right now.
I'm passionate about Pokemon.
Yeah. And you're going to enter the championship thing.
Yeah, but it's really hard because it feels like it's rock, paper, scissors.
When is this?
November 15th.
In NorCal?
Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas.
I canceled my Twitchcon.
Oh, I also canceled.
Wait, you're not going anymore?
No. I've been going for like the past like so many years, but I just think like it's not a good time to go.
I had a sponsor and I had to drop out of it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sad.
Was it cool?
No, but it was a lot of money. And you know how much I love money. I will say I've been hearing, like, every year, the threat of it becomes more.
Yeah, with more attention.
Because 2 years ago in the Las Vegas one, there was that Twitter YouTuber guy.
Twitter YouTuber guy?
Yeah, I forgot his name. He was just this YouTuber that said troll things.
Mm-hmm.
And he tweeted, it was like, he said he was going to shoot up the convention. And
I remember that.
Yeah.
Now.
And everyone was like, oh, he's kind of a Twitter troll, but he's also a little mentally unstable, it seems like. And I remember everyone saw the tweet and said, hey, everyone, like, don't be at the convention right now. Like, just stay in your hotel. And of course, with the environment as it is, like the political aspect, and also I feel like Twitch streaming is a platform that's so prominent these days for political discussion.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's Hassan, Destiny, but even like the big streamers will comment here and there about political stuff. And yeah, it's getting like more and more real. The CEO of Twitch came out because Ray and Cutie said, yeah, we're not going to go to TwitchCon because we're worried about the security. Mm-hmm. And the Twitch CEO was like, well, you know, this year we're taking security very seriously. We take it seriously every year. And, you know, nothing has happened yet, but everyone just feels like it's an eventuality.
Yeah. I mean, it's really tough. It's like you could do your due diligence as best as you can, but if they are going to a party outside of TwitchCon, or if they're going to like if they're leaving the convention, or going to other places, then like there's still threats everywhere. I mean, that's anything on a day-to-day, but like I think it's really tough, especially with Charlie Kirk's death, that put so much more, that riled up so much more people, so many more people, and yeah, it's a scary time right now. And then it just feels like all of a sudden there's been so much stuff going on. Like there's the David stuff as well.
Oh yeah, the David stuff is crazy.
Crazy. I like just saw a bit of that guy's set at Coachella last year. I remember like
he made an Arcane song.
He did?
Yeah, Remember Me.
Wait, he did that
one, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Obviously, really horrible thing to happen to that girl.
I know.
The comments I see and can comment on is like a lot of people giving a lot of anger towards like Pokey and Jason because they were in his music video.
Really?
It's like, oh, you know, I didn't know you were best friends with a pedophile and murderer.
Nobody's gonna come out and say that. Like, there's a reason why nobody knew, right?
Yeah, it's like, I don't think they knew at the time that he was accused of all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's It's insane. Like that's whole storyline.
It just feels unreal because I remember for like days straight, I would get reels on or whatever on TikTok just talking about more updates every day to that case. And there's been more and more stuff will come out. Like one day it'll be that like, oh, they found out that they're dating. And then the next part, it'll be like, oh, he's released a song on her birthday. And then it'll be a bunch of follow up. And it's just, I don't know. In a place where there's so much negativity and stuff going on already, it just feels like there's been a lot of stuff recently. I mean, there always has been, but feels heavier.
Yeah, Twitch streaming has become so mainstream that all these big news somehow affect streaming in a way. I mean, obviously Kai Cenat is huge, but he's doing his Mafia-thon, and Ed Sheeran is just showing up, hanging out with him on his bed in Lincoln Park.
Yeah, Chainsmokers performing while he's showering. Shit is crazy. I mean, that's really cool. I think that's really cool to see. Especially Ed Sheeran, like that guy is so talented. Seeing him just like whip out his guitar and they just start doing stuff, or like Jonas Brothers was on there too.
You know, back in my day, we got T-Pain. 7 years ago, he came to the house.
Yeah, I wish I was there for that, but that was pre my time.
Yeah, I remember. That's pretty cool. I got to stream it on my channel, and me and Pokey were the two bigger streamers in the house, and we had a deal. I'm gonna stream his visit, and Pokey was gonna stream his concert. But his concert never happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in general a lot of collabs and people starting to work with streamers or content creators for a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a K-pop band.
Yeah.
I remember like a month ago, Henry messaged in the group chat saying there was a K-pop band that's looking to do
TXT.
Yes, who I heard are really popular and cool.
I know. I wish I had the bandwidth at that time. I don't remember what was going on. I think I was away. I was it was like Labor Day weekend. I was like in Calgary.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with their work, so I'd just be really nervous because they're so big in Korea, and I don't want to be like, yo, what up? Like, I can do my research, I can listen to their song, but to me, I just, it wouldn't feel, I feel like that opportunity to go to someone who is familiar with their work versus me who would have to do a research on it. But I would also be scared. I have this thing where I would be terrified of meeting a celebrity I actually liked.
Yeah, kind of like when people are saying like, would you ever want to meet Taylor Swift? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I have an incredible desire to. I think with any celebrity, I just don't. I like their creative and their art, but I don't necessarily need to meet them.
I would be afraid of disappointing them.
Yeah, I don't know. I have like certain celebrities I think would be cool. Like I think Ed Sheeran would be cool because I think he just seems like so down to earth, nice. I don't think I would be disappointed.
What about Faker?
I would like to meet Faker because you owe me that too.
So Faker is your...
It would just be fucking awesome.
Would you want to date Faker?
No.
You just want to meet him?
Yeah. There's a lot of people... I almost don't want to date anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Chelsea did that experiment when she showed you guys, and the only guy you'd be willing to date are Timothée Chalamet, and that was like a maybe. Yeah. And Chris Evans.
Yeah.
But no to Chris Hemsworth.
No, I just don't I've always just liked like people that I've met in real life. I have way more, I mean, obviously because you know them, but I just have no desire as much for people that I see online. I'm not thinking like, some people be like, oh my God, he's so hot, like I would date him. I never have that thought of like, I want to date this person. I don't know, because I just feel like you don't know them. You don't know if they're like a good person or not. They could just like, they're just good looking or attractive. Yeah, I get that. That's fine. I don't know.
Hey, for some of us, that's enough.
I know. For some of us.
When do you think our next podcast episode will be?
I actually don't know. But I will say that for the podcast, it's been like pleasantly surprising for me. I'd say like in the beginning, I just didn't have expectation. I had no idea what it was going to be like going in. You were just like, do you want to do podcasts? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm down. Oh, not sure. Yes. So like, what's funny is like I clock now whenever someone says sure to you. And I just like,
What about when someone says sure to you?
oh, I don't care. I don't even
Do you
notice
clock
it.
it. You don't notice it?
No, I only notice it when someone says it around you or to you. And then I'm like, they don't know.
It's just pick any other word in the language to show some enthusiasm. I don't understand. I know they're not doing it on purpose. People just like being nonchalant. But it's like,
It's not even nonchalant.
No.
It's just a reply. Anyway, yeah,
there's
that's
a whole Key and Peele skit about this where two people are texting and one guy's texting like sure and the other guy's like offended by it. Go out of your way to make your partner or friend feel seen with more than just a sure. A sure with an exclamation mark, 2 exclamation mark, all caps sure. Anything but lowercase SURE.
okay. So if I type sure with exclamation mark to you, then that'd be fine.
Yeah, that would be fine. I would prefer yes, exclamation, but I'm not going to dictate how people live their lives. It's the same as like texting is an art, right? It conveys so many meanings. When someone type yes, period, you know something's wrong. And that's super passive aggressive. Have you guys ever had someone like message you something like a 1-word response with a period? And you're trying to convey you're upset about something, but instead of saying what you're upset about, you're using the period as a signal to make me ask, hey, what's wrong?
It's funny that you say texting is an art, but you're one of the people I know who like you even type stoic and nonchalant.
Yeah.
So you don't type warmly, you know what I mean? Like you want people to type warm to you,
No,
but you don't type warm to people.
I convey the information I wish to convey.
I know, but that's exactly how you say it.
Type sure.
Like the way you talk is so formal sometimes that it's not an art for you. It's just, it feels like it's just straight grammar.
You get the information and feeling I want to convey to you.
Do I? Sometimes I feel like I can't tell. You seem very, you know, when it's like the feeling of if people don't know if you like them or not.
You think you feel like you don't know if I like you?
Well, I know you have to like me because I'm your friend, but like, so like I know that what you're typing doesn't always, the way you're typing something does not align with like how you actually feel. But the way you type, where's my phone? Sometimes it's just so straight off that like if I didn't know you, I would be like, does this guy hate me?
I convey my information in an efficient manner.
Also, no way you type to me at 12:13 p.m. and ask, you awake?
I don't know your schedule these days.
12 p.m.? Chelsea's laughing right now.
Some days you wake up late.
Nice jab.
And I don't want to come over and you're not awake. You awake is very straightforward.
I also sent a video of my mom and I to you, and you just say, sorry, I don't speak Canto. Did you watch the rest of the video?
I watched the video. Your mom invited me to come to Calgary.
Yes.
Yes, I watched it.
So when are you going to come?
Oh, wait. I think my sister actually brought up going to Banff recently. And I said, oh, Yvonne is from that area.
Exactly. I'll take us.
I said I'll go to Banff for your birthday.
You're not here for my birthday.
I mean, if it's in Calgary, I can probably make it. What are you doing for your birthday? You having some kind of party?
Yeah.
At a club, aren't you?
It's kind of crazy. Well,
It's at a club? It's at a club. It's at the Asian club that everyone goes to.
well, I'm not going to say anything right now yet, but basically
At
like
the Asian club.
Leslie and Myung are throwing me a party. It's crazy. They're like booking out the place.
At the Asian club.
It's a different club.
It's a club.
It's a club.
It's a club.
It's a club.
Of course it's a club.
Yeah.
And they're going to invite all the guys.
No, we're inviting friends.
And a bunch of guys.
Where are we finding guys from?
Friends of friends.
Maybe, but there's just... Chelsea, why are you nodding? Why are you nodding?
Wait, hey, Chelsea, you should bring your
I have a pickleball friend.
Yeah, and the animator friend.
Yes, exactly. The animator friend. I'll bring him out. You can meet him that night, Yvonne.
Chelsea, you can invite anybody that you like, you know? Like, I'm sending an open invite to a lot of my friends. You guys can bring whoever because we're supposed to fill up the place, and I have no idea how to fill up so many people. But it's going to be a fun time, and I'm excited because for me, like, I actually really don't like traveling during my birthday because I actually want to be at home because I like being surrounded by all friends celebrating. Versus some people like to have their birthdays, like they travel for that. Like they go to like, they're like, I want to spend my birthday in like Japan or like somewhere else.
Crazy. That's too much.
I mean, yeah, for me, I just like being around people so much. I'd rather be home.
I won't be here, so I won't have a gift. I hope that's all right.
Oh, that's fine.
Cool.
When I don't need anything from you.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. You think I ask you for a lot of things?
No, but you know, it's like, oh, I can't work this audio device. You're so much smarter than I am. Can you do it?
Are you talking about this podcast?
It's one big red button. You just press record.
I could do that. I could do that.
You asked me to press it.
Bro, you were laying here, like, doing nothing, like, just being on your phone, like, being so blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, at least like turn on the cameras and the lights and stuff too. Like you could.
One button.
I know, but you're more techie than I am.
See, you're doing it. This is called weaponizing competence. I learned this recently.
This is not weaponizing competence.
I'm just a silly girl and you're a smart tech guy.
I did not say it like that. But also it's because when you do it, we know for sure it'll be good. You know, I can be like, yeah, this seems right, you know, and I think I could press a record button. It could all record and it'll be fine, right? But it almost feels like double checking a little bit when you do it.
Yeah, I do find myself in the tech guy role a lot of times. Scarra tried to plug a HDMI cable into a USB port on his PC once.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, like
he messaged me. It's like, oh, this HDMI cable you gave me doesn't work. And I went to his room and I'm like, Scar, that's the USB port.
No way. Wait, no way.
I distinctly remember that.
No way. But they don't look even similar.
And that's the day I lost all my respect. No, I'm kidding. Scar, if you're watching this, I love you.
Wait, are you sure it wasn't like that display port? And the HDMI, that's closer, you know, than a USB.
It was a USB. I remember this. Because I understand what you mean. A display port. Oh, I'm surprised you know what a display port is.
What do you mean you're surprised?
I mean, display port and HDMI are like, they're used for the same thing.
Yeah. We have monitors throughout the years. We always had to plug and play or mix them up.
You plug in your own monitors?
I do.
Oh, wow.
I set up my computer every single move.
That's a lot more than most Twitch streamers know how to do.
I mean, I don't know as much stuff sometimes in the computer, but when I'm plugging stuff in, it's like that fits that, and then you Google anything else you don't know.
What do you want to change for season 2 of our podcast?
Ooh, I would like to have our first guest, or one guest in particular.
Well, we can't have guests. It's going to be remote. Well, people can call in, right?
Yeah. Maybe if we ever do an in-person podcast, like one of them, then that could be the one.
Do you want a famous guest or a friend guest?
Do we not have the same person in mind for our first guest?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think we're too old for him.
Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye. I love Cat's Eye.
Well, you only can pick one. They can't all be on the podcast.
Any of them. I don't know like them that individually to the T, so I'd like to meet any of them.
They're all great.
Yeah. Then any of them.
But if I had to pick one, it would be Megan.
Okay. Why Megan?
She does those TikToks where she's like Phineas and Ferb. And she does like, she dances like Candace.
Okay. But
who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of like our third sibling.
Scarra.
Our fourth sibling.
Michael Reeves.
I'm so sorry, Lily. Just understand that it's this guy's problem.
All right, Lily Pichu. She's cool. She's cool, I guess. But she has her own podcast with Pokimane.
Mm-hmm.
You know? She made her choice. She picked her side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you decided anything.
Yeah. She should have known in the future that we were going to start a podcast.
Yeah. So she can make that decision ahead of time.
You think she likes Pokey more than she likes me? And that's why she didn't start a podcast with me instead.
I mean, probably after hearing what you just had to say, yeah.
Okay, if you could pick a famous person to have on the podcast, who would it be?
Ooh. Okay, let me think.
Realistic. Like, what we're going to do is we're going to send this clip to them. And they're like, yeah, I'll be on your podcast.
Damn, you said realistic?
Yeah, it's like someone who would be down to clown. Like, for example, a Jack Black. Like, Jack Black to me, because he's kind of into gaming, is just close enough that it shoots for the stars and land amongst the moon. Sorry, shoot for the moon to land upon the stars.
I see. I was going to say, like, I don't know. I was thinking along the lines of like Jimmy Fallon, Ed Sheeran.
I have beef with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I know.
You know this. Why would you... Wait, no. Jimmy Kimmel? No,
no,
Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon.
Why would you bring this up? You know how I feel about Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, I'm thinking.
For the people who don't know, what's the beef?
Like most things in my life, it all goes back to Among Us. Jimmy Fallon threw an Among Us lobby together because it was hip at the time with the kids from Stranger Things. And he didn't invite me, Mr. Among Us, but invited everyone who I played Among Us with. And I just thought he was racist. But that didn't make sense because Saikuno got invited. So ever since then, I've been on a downward spiral. How can you have an Among Us lobby without Mr. Among Us? And I never recovered from that. And I forever resented Jimmy Fallon, even though I'm sure he had zero input on anything that transpired.
He probably didn't even make the list.
He probably didn't even know what Among Us was till his producers like, all right, just install this. They didn't. He probably didn't even install it. They just put a PC in front of him, put a headset on him, and said, okay, now go. His
team was just definitely like, hey, we found a list of people for you to play with.
So I have beef with whoever made that list because you know they put me off the list for a reason. It was a deliberate choice. You Googled Among Us streamer and I'm number one. And I'm not even like being egotistical about it, okay? It was a conscious choice by someone somewhere. And I never figured out why. Because no one ever told me.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe Ed Sheeran. Or...
Ed Sheeran's too far.
Ed Sheeran's too far?
He's too far.
Really? Yeah. I feel like he's a chill dude.
I mean, I'm sure he's a chill dude.
You want someone like more likely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toast, you go first. Who's your person? The Rock?
Nah, I can't face him after all I said. Imagine if I had him on the podcast after I went on a rant against him. That would be terrible. Jack Black.
Toast, did you see the comment? Someone in one of the commenters said that he works with The Rock as his photographer and said he'll relay the message to him.
No. Wait, really?
Oh, actually, I have someone.
Yeah.
Loewe. What?
Can you just call her Lofty? Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that.
Be like, don't.
No.
This is the equivalent of saying Yoru.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Okay. Everyone calls her Lofty.
No.
And it's supposed to be pronounced
Do you not?
Okay. Wait, you think she would appear on a podcast?
Yeah, she seems really nice and she seems so chill. And she's kind of like Gen Z a bit with, I don't know, the way she acts or does like certain things. It just seems like very cute, quirky, approachable. I don't know. I like her.
All right, Chelsea, can you get the message out?
I'm on it. Yes.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and wrap this up, Yvonne?
Okay. Hey, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us across a lot of our episodes and for our season 1 of our podcast. I don't know. I've genuinely loved this podcast so much, and I've loved all the compliments and all the comments and people just telling us how much they like it a lot, and it always makes me super, super happy to hear. So I'm really glad we did it, and I'm really glad to have you guys. And yeah, do you have anything else you want to say?
Did you like the feedback people gave you about being nicer to me in that one episode about the lounge?
Do you have anything nice to say?
Well, I'm just glad for our viewers that keep us in check when we step out of line and say something that could be construed as mean to each other. I appreciate the accountability that you guys give us. And Chelsea and Yvonne are pretty chill. Join us next season as we transition to a different setup. Things are going to be probably a little different, but I really appreciate everyone watching and just enjoying the podcast. And also a huge thank you to Chelsea, who does 99% of the work, and our editor, Corey, who deals with 99% of the editing and cut out the very racist. Oh, you thought the stuff we released were racist? Oh man, you should see the stuff Corey cuts out.
Shut up.
Our Patreon viewers, we have a little segment on our Patreon, so please enjoy that. And if not, we'll see you guys next season.
Yeah, see you guys then.
First one, French fries in the US or French fries in Canada?
Canada.
Like, you're talking about poutine, right? Poutine's overrated.
I'm talking about anything. Have you ever had McDonald's fries versus US fries? Like
US McDonald's
yeah.
fries, it's the same.
No, it's not. I guarantee you it is not.
It's the same.
No. They taste different. There's a different taste that they have in Canada. There's like something different. They use different oil or whatever it is.